Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Day 23 of the best advent calendar the world has ever seen.
Yes. The jingles have been jingly.
My jingles are jangling right now.
The bells have been tolling.
Oh, yes. Ask who the bells toll for.
Yes.
They toll for thee.
Well, they told for Lars Ulrich.
Yes.
Yes.
It took me just a second, like, wait, who's Lars Ulrich again? Oh, yeah, Metallica. Yeah. Anyway.
I am so ready for Christmas Eve tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you ready to be done with this travesty of...
No. I'm ready to be done with this year.
Really?
Oh, really?
How are you feeling about this year, man? What's up with 2019?
It's not been the best of years. It ended much better than it started, but it's... Let's save all of this for the end of the year episode.
All right, we'll wrap it up and then we'll save it all
get
for the
there
end of the
soon
year
enough.
episode. We'll get back there.
But I'm in such a cozy mood. I want to sit in front of a fireplace with my family tomorrow, just relaxing. That's what I really need it right now.
Yes.
Oh, I'm hearing group hugs after.
Yes.
Or during.
We just start docking as well, if that makes it everyone's comfortable.
Well, I mean, we've done it before.
All right.
It's a season of shade.
Really?
No.
I wish you had a story right now. Like, so, back when I was 17, we did this thing that... So anyway, today's beer is one that I brought. I'm going to rip it open, making as much noise as possible to let you know that
It has a greenish label.
We are.
It's a Wylam can.
It is a Wylam can.
The Economic Growth of the Geek.
Yes.
A Citra Galaxy IPA.
It is, coming in at 6.8%. And this was a recent Systembolaget release from back in November.
Nice.
Ooh.
So when I saw it, I was just like, oh, fuck yeah, Wylam and IPA. You could not go wrong there. And I think that I'm going to be correct on this one.
You probably will be.
It has that beautiful color you expect from a Wylam beer. Kind of hazy, juicy looking.
Massive foam.
Yeah.
It's probably because Stefan shook it up as fuck.
I did. Yeah. I just, I'm surprised, when I opened it, it just didn't, spew everywhere. 'Cause I just shook the shit out of it.
It's all shook up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But if you've listened to the show at all, you know that we are huge Wylam fans.
Yep.
And we stand, basically behind almost everything that they've done. The beers we review on the show, we've quite enjoyed. And I think this will not be any exception, because this is the epitome of a hazy IPA, which is what Wylam is known for.
And we're still carrying with us a sorrow from...
Let's speak about that. It's okay. Missed opportunities, we'll call it.
A while back.
But we will come back from that and bigger and better in 2019.
We should go visit Wylam in the UK.
We should. Yes. We should do a UK tour. Just hit that whole Leeds,
Bermondsey
Manchester...
Bermondsey Beer Mile, and go visit Wylam.
Right. So what I would love to do is the Manchester, Newcastle, Leeds
yes.
area.
NLM.
Yeah.
They made beers.
Yeah.
Name that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like all of your most amazing breweries are up in that area. So, Buxton, Wylam's, I'm drawing a blank on the other ones because those are sticking to mind, but...
North?
Yes. Yeah.
They're one
of North is there? Yeah, they're so good. I love them. But yeah, there's a lot of amazing breweries up in that area, so... we should definitely go over there, do a little road trip. Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun.
I did the entire Bermondsey Beer Mile.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. 19 places, one evening.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I was drunk.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It's like, and then, I just skipped home. I was so sober that I didn't feel anything.
I have a tiny story. So I started at Cloudwater, which was a good choice.
Yeah.
And then I did all of the rest, and then I was like, I'm drunk and happy. I should go back to Cloudwater and try to buy some cans to go. I went there, and I tried to go in, and a security guard puts a big palm on my chest. Boom! And he goes, no, man. because I've walked past the entire line of people wanting to get in because they have a maximum capacity.
Yeah, it's a really small place.
And they're full. And there's a queue of like 40 people that I've just walked past trying to get in my quite inebriated state. And the security guard goes, "Boo, no, dude."
That space is so small.
It's super tiny.
Yeah.
You need to do it first.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should go do the Vermont Beer Mile and find a couple of breweries that we want to visit and do interviews with.
Yeah, there's so many great places.
That would actually be a cool place because we've been talking about doing videos for a while. Mm-hmm. I mean, it would be a cool thing to do. It smells so good. It does, yeah. We're gonna drink it soon. It'll be fine. But it would be kind of nice to actually like do our first video in the UK, maybe.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
We should maybe plan for that in
the next year.
Next year, at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe we do summer vacation.
Yeah.
Ooh. We could play the vacation song.
What's
Holiday
that?
Road.
Never heard of it.
What?
You never seen Vacation?
No.
No? National Lampoon's Vacation?
No.
Aha, there were many, right?
Well, the first one.
No.
Chevy Chase takes his family to go see Wally World. And they no. Oh, it's so good! You guys have to see Vacation. So we need to finish this episode now so we can go watch Vacation.
I've seen National Lampoon's Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation's a little really good, but the first one is amazing.
What's the name of the family? Oswald's?
No. Because you said that now, I cannot remember the name. So it's the.
I planned. Let's drink. Let's taste this.
All right,
Please.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. It
It
smells
smells
hoppy and good and tasty.
It smells like this amazing Wylam's hoppiness that you just come to expect. And the flavors are just bright and clean. Just really, for me, I like it. What I like about the Wylam IPAs is they're kind of simple in that, is that you're going to give you just a really great experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like this beer really captures that, where it's just easy to drink, very pleasant. It just kind of like captures the essence of an IPA in so many great ways.
It's fresh and fruity. It has a tiny hint of vegetables. In like the back of the throat.
Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of that kind of cabbaginess, but I kind of feel like I get that quite often from the Wylam beer sometimes. Depending, well, sometimes they're really super fruity, and sometimes they kind of There's like two ranges that they go into. One is like the super sweet kind of thing, and then the other one is more of the bittery kind of. I think the bittery ones tend to be like slightly vegetable-y in the aftertaste. So I find this to be kind of dry and a little bit bitter, but I like that a lot. I mean, this is really hitting a great note tasty for me. You're looking very introspective
I can't find the cabbageness.
No, it's only because Martin said it, because then I get that, because a lot of times, especially with English IPAs, it kind of falls into this like slightly tea-like flavor.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not getting the tea kind of flavor. I'm getting this.
There was so my first sip, the aftertaste reminded me of some kind of spice. Mm-hmm. But I just cannot put my finger on what kind of spice it is.
Baby spice?
No.
Sporty spice?
No.
Scary spice.
Oh, scary spice.
That's
scary
probably
spice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting it too.
No, but there's it was some kind of like just cooking spice.
Yeah.
That I was kind of a reminder of, but I cannot.
Piffy al-Qura. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's definitely not that one. But I can't really find it anymore.
But yeah, I mean, this is what I've come to love and respect and appreciate of a Wylam beer.
Yeah.
This is like the epitome of like if I was someone who's like, give me a perfect example of Wylam beer, I'd be like, this is about as good as you can get. I mean, it is just enjoyable on so many levels and so well balanced. And
it's like if you feel like having a hazy IPA and there's Wylam on the tap board, just go for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you're never going to be disappointed.
Yeah, because I remember one of the first reviews we did, we had a Wylam's beer.
Probably.
And I was like, because we thought it was quite good. I think you gave it like a 3.75 or a 4, and I gave it like a 3.25. And I was like, I've had so many Wylam's beers at this point. I know what to expect from them, and I know what their sweet spot is, and I know when they hit it. And then when they didn't hit it, you're like, oh, this kind of hurts a little bit because I know how much better they can do.
Yeah.
And then is it like, well, is it the beer still good, or is the beer just not what my expectations are of the brewery should be? And I kind of came down on like, yeah, I know they're really good, but this beer just isn't that good based on what it is I know they can do. And this is the opposite. This is like in that area where I think they're just doing really great stuff.
It's a good beer.
Yeah. And I love the name.
The Economic Growth of the Geek. Yeah, geeks and nerds are definitely higher rated today than they were when I was growing up as a nerd.
For sure. I mean, I'm a little bit older than both of you guys, and I really remember...
How old are you again?
A little bit older than both of you guys. I'm 46.
You're 46?
Yes.
Jesus, you're pushing 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're pushing puberty, so...
When are you born?
87.
Oh, so young. I'm born
know.
82. I'm old.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. We've got like 3 generations here, Norton.
So what we can conclude from this is that Matthias knows nothing of the world.
Basically, yes.
He's barely had any hardships or lessons learned.
Pretty
I would
much.
argue.
He might have intelligence, but not wisdom.
Basically, yes. And we would even argue that point.
Still argue.
He's lived rough for many years. Look, his time working the streets of Amsterdam, starring in lower quality gay porn videos, those were tough years.
That's where I know you from.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm ready to give this beer a rating.
All right, let's give this beer a rating.
Wylam has done better. I'm going to give it a 4.
4 for me as well.
I like it. Wylam's done better. Give it a 4. I think 4 all around. I think this is a really good, fun beer.
This raises the question. Wylam has done better than 4s.
Oh, no, I've had a 5 out of Wylam.
Yeah.
A couple of 5s, actually.
So when you say that this is the epitome of a Wylam example,
Well, because...
that's just not true.
Well, no. But let's be fair here. Let's think about this for a second. There is a core range that producers put out, right?
Yes.
So on average, they're going to hit a 4, and I would think a 4 is
Good.
in there
Yes.
is in their sweet spot. Do they hit 3.75? I'm sorry. Do they hit a 4.75? They hit 4.5? They hit 5? Sure, but those are not no brewery is hitting a 5. Your best breweries in the world are not hitting 5 every time.
No.
They're not.
They're going to hit
4s every time.
Right, they're not hitting 4s every time. So if a brewery can on average hit a 4 for me, that's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
And I would say that that these guys are hitting more 4s than they're hitting 3.25s or lower.
To be fair, Driffonteinen is always 4 or above.
Oh, fuck yeah. Definitely.
They happen to be the best brewery in the world, but the minimum is 4.
Yeah.
They failed when they reach a 4.
Well, they're the exception to the rule. I mean,
Yes.
you're talking about
Agreed.
the
But
top
I mean, Wylam
1%.
is also getting to be that exception of the rule. Because,
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh,
and I think it also depends on your taste preference.
Yes.
I mean, hazy IPAs are the fucking shit right now.
Yeah.
And it has been for, the past 1.5 years.
Yes.
They entered the market basically doing hazy IPAs for export, I guess, because they were doing cask ales.
They started doing like cask ales and doing more traditional styles.
But it was when they started hitting the hazy IPAs, and they were doing that correctly. They did hazy IPAs super fucking well.
Yeah.
That's when the hype for Wylam started.
Well,
because that was the hyped up style.
To be also fair, Imperial Porters and other styles. But
I'm not saying that they're doing the other styles bad, because they're doing those fucking excellent as well. But it was when they hit the hazy IPAs, that's when Wylam name was set on the map.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. And they've had several beers that I've given like a 2.5 to. There are some real like wolves out there. They did like we tried the tequila barrel aged beer at All In Beer Festival, and
I think that appeals to certain people. It just didn't appeal to us.
That was a hard beer. I mean, it wasn't like all right, it's not bad, but at the same time, it's like I don't need to finish this beer. It was.
Remember it was the All In Beer Fest that we went to.
Yeah.
Where Andre found his calling.
What was it? It was I think it was barley wine, wasn't it? Or something like that?
It was a barley wine or a Scotch heavy.
It was like 12% and he drank like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember that part.
And then he left in a cab.
Yep. I still tell that story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Wylam's does a lot of great stuff, but when it comes to like outside their hazy IPA thing, it gets a little all over the place. Yeah, it gets a little all over the place.
But I think their Imperial Porters, for example, or their Imperial Stouts, that's also, like, they're super good at those.
Yeah.
This is interesting because I'm now looking at my Wylam ratings, and when they entered the Swedish market, they were doing something completely different. They were solid 3.5s. Mm-hmm. That was like their core. It was the 3.5, and they changed something. And when we interviewed the head brewer of Wylam's, the interview that got corrupted, and we can never send
because you bring it up. You didn't have to bring it up.
I brought it up.
Like, all right,
that's fine. A dead interview. It's such a good interview. They mentioned that they introduced themselves to the Swedish market. They realized that we're doing good, but we're not hitting the sweet spot. And they adjusted. And now we think of them as a solid 4.0 brewery that hits fives occasionally. They adjusted correctly. They went into they
leaned into the curve and they freaking nailed it.
But the head brewer also said that they're still keeping up with their local market of cask ales.
Yeah, they do a lot of cask still in the local market.
They're standing.
I would love to try more. I think I've seen Wylam cask at Bishop's Arms a couple of times.
Ooh, I missed that one.
It's been probably year and a half at this point. But I've seen Wylam on cask because it's the only cask place in Malmö.
But they're doing the balancing act perfectly in that case. On one end, they're doing the traditional please the local market stuff, and then they're exporting their crazy stuff that we love.
Yeah.
And that's the mark of a good brewery.
One of the things that always pains me is whenever I get something really great and I can't share that experience with my friends. And I had this one beer from them called Midnight Train to Biker. And it was honestly a 5 out of 5 hazy IPA that they did. Wow. And they've never exported it. And it was so freaking amazing. And they've only brewed it the one time. And I got so lucky because I entered this place called, I think it's called Kill the Cat in London.
That's a great place.
And they only had, they had completely sold out in the shelves. And we're just talking. And I'm like, I hate that they get sold out. I happen to look down in their display case in front of me. And I'm like, can I buy that one? It was the last can they had. And they were like, sure. And I'm like, yes! And it was freaking transcendent. It was amazing.
You haven't checked it in.
Midnight Train to Biker?
Nope.
I swear that...
several of my friends have, and they love it. They love it. It's 4.25s. It's 4s. It's good.
I can't believe I didn't check that in. That's kind of crazy because it was so good. You know, sometimes you have an experience, you just want to keep it to yourself.
It's a 10% double IPA for that's just
it drinks so easy.
That's just the correct place to be.
Amazing.
Double IPAs, so good.
All right. So what do we give this? We gave it, I think, a 4 overall.
4.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's.
On to Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Feliz Navidad. Tomorrow will be.
Feliz Navidad, motherfuckers.
That's right. Christmas Eve.
Feliz Navidad.
I
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Let's open a whole other thing. All right. So we'll round this off now. Bye.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.